Well, the White House telling Fox Business it is finally committed to take on TikTok. Watch this.
The Biden administration is focused on challenge of certain countries, including China, seeking to leverage digital technologies and America's data in ways that present unacceptable national security risk.
Meanwhile, more states taking matters into their own hands. Texas Governor Greg Abbott directing all state agencies to ban TikTok on government-issued devices. Indiana Attorney General is also suing the company, allegedly misleading users over the Chinese government while exposing mature content to minors, according to the AG in Indiana. Joining the conversation all morning long this morning is Fox Business's Dagan McDowell, Strategic Wealth Partners CEO Mark Tepper, and Fox News contributor, author of Come On, Man, Joe Concha. Great to see everybody this morning. Thank you so much for being here. TikTok, big story here, Dagan.
Right. I do believe that this horse is already out of the barn in terms of the amount of data that TikTok and by extension the Chinese Communist Party has been able to collect on Americans far and wide, even very young children in this country. But Todd Rokita, the Attorney General in Indiana, these are dual lawsuits. One of them, but they're both based on consumer protection laws. One of them is, of course, alleges that China has the ability to use TikTok's data to spy on, blackmail, and coerce users to serve the country's national security and economic interests. This, I'm quoting some of the Wall Street Journal article on this. But the other is focused on children, and it is very interesting. And the lawsuit says this, that in the complaint focused on kids, the state alleges that the TikTok app is misrepresenting that it's appropriate for users ages 12 or older. For example, you have to have a 12+ rating on Apple's App Store, and TikTok must represent that references to mature themes, alcohol, drugs, and sexual content are infrequent and mild, according to the lawsuit. This shouldn't require a lawsuit from an attorney general. Apple, and by extension Google and the Google App Store, they should be on top of this. And James Freeman wrote about this several days ago. This is an opportunity for Apple and Google to lead, investigate what is on this app. They could easily remove it if the content isn't appropriate for kids or restrict who is able to download it. And quite frankly, let's have the parents lead on this. Yeah. That would at least limit the amount of individuals and kids and children and teenagers on it, and it limit the amount of data that, by extension, China is collecting on Americans.
This is a national security threat.
Yeah.
We know this for sure. And yet, what do we hear from these social media companies? Twitter, Elon Musk, they're supposed to be the bad guys here. Yeah. All we're hearing is Twitter. Oh, maybe Twitter is going to get removed from the App Store. Not even a comment from Apple in terms of the national security issues around TikTok.
And that's where Apple can lead here, right? They're focused on the wrong company, to your point. It is a national security risk.
It's about the Benjamins. $74 billion in revenue Apple derived from China in the last fiscal year.
Amazing, right? And Dagan just said, parents need to lead on this. Okay, as a parent, I'm raising my hand here. My daughter asked me yesterday, she goes, when do I get a phone? She's 9 years old. I said, when you're allowed to date. All right, right around the time you get a driver's license.
That would be 25, 30.
Exactly, because you see the impact that this has on children. I'm going to shield her and my young son from this as long as possible.
Yeah, would you want to do that? You doing that with your kids?
I haven't. I don't know. I should. I haven't yet.
Come on, Tepper.
I know. I'm terrible.
But they use it, Mark. They use it.
Yeah, they use TikTok. I haven't downloaded it. Obviously, I'm a little concerned about the CCP having direct access to our youth and things like that. All I really have to say here is kudos to these 5 governors for finally standing up and doing something that our federal government won't do. If the federal government won't go toe-to-toe with the CCP and TikTok, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. Well, the AGs have been the last line of defense on all of this bad policy.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm just saying that by the people, for the people. It's individuals in this country that it should start there. And that does also mean parents. Don't rely on and I'm walking the talk. I don't have TikTok. Don't use TikTok. I've never downloaded the app for this very reason.
Yeah.
And like it's great that Todd Rokita is being even more aggressive than other state attorneys general on this, but everybody needs to reassess how they use TikTok and what TikTok is doing.
Remember
with
during the
information.
campaign, President Obama did some TikTok videos.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like,
hiding under the table.
You would think that the direction comes from the commander-in-chief, Joe Biden, but they're using TikTok all the time.
Yeah, we'd rather play nice in the sandbox with the CCP than actually go toe-to-toe with
Oh, by the way, and Trump was right about TikTok all along.
Thank
He
you.
was mocked for it.
You're
This has been going on
absolutely
for
right, yeah.
years.
Compromised president, things happen.